Hey everyone, so this is my review of Manifest, Season 1, Episode 9, called Death Reckoning, and essentially what this episode is about is that Ben and Michaela put everything on the line to save the rest of the missing passengers, and things sort of go wrong. And this was a really interesting episode that definitely left things off for when the season picks up in January. It sort of left a lot of stuff up in the air, and I'm very curious to see sort of where they're going to take the story after how this episode ended. And everything around Ben and Director Vance sort of going in to try and, once and for all save the passengers and stuff was interesting, with how everything sort of went down and who all fit in there and stuff was really interesting to see. And I especially loved it for how Cal fit into the whole thing, where at first they had this part where they're trying to convince Director Vance of everything that's going on and how everyone's connected and stuff, and there's this wave of pain that shows up that everyone sort of feels, except for it seems like Cal. But still, Cal got all these different visions and stuff of the future, and that was interesting to see. Where how they went to go and check and Cal was fine, except for his visions were sort of getting in the way. And then how Cal actually showed up at the meeting point where they were finally going to go in and save the passengers, and how he was there to help to guide them in the right directions and stuff was interesting. Especially with how his visions played out, where he made the comment of how Ben was going to be the only one who could help to guide them. And that was really interesting to see how all that played out, where for the part of the group, Ben was there to guide them, but for the second half of the group he wasn't, and that caused a lot of problems for them. And then everything with Michaela and Jared was interesting, with them going in there together to fix and solve and help, and Michaela continuing to be worried some about doing so because of the fact that she kept having these fears that something bad was going to happen to Jared. And that was just interesting to see how all that eventually played out. And then what this underground sort of team was doing to these missing passengers was interesting, where as soon as their cover was blown, they chose to just try and kill all the passengers and stuff. And I'm very curious and excited to see what this scientist lady is going to do now that she has a hold of these 11 passengers and is fully able to start doing the experiments herself. And that makes me very curious to see if she's going to end up being the bad guy for the second half of the season or something. Then I'm really excited and curious to know if Michaela's sort of comment is true, that they can somewhat of communicate with the voices or these other side people or whatever it is that's going on, where she believes that she did so when she asked them to save Jared. And that I'm curious to know if there is sort of a two-way conversation that will come out in the future or something, where either Cal's the only one who can actually talk to these guys more fully or something like that. I'm just really curious and excited to see what they're gonna do. And then just overall, this was a really exciting and interesting episode, and I can't wait to see what they're gonna do when this series comes back. So yeah, that's my review of Manifest, Season 1, Episode 9, called Death Reckoning. So, yeah. Bye!